30 days of hustle, day 2. So, first day was getting all your media together. I mean, what do I do with my hands? No, you so obviously you probably already have your music because you're a band. I already went over that in the first day, but that's not what I'm telling you to do. So we put together your EPK. I did mine right away the day I posted the first video, and I put it in the link in the description. If you haven't seen day 1, go back and watch day 1. It's not going to help you with anything except tell you to download GIMP. So day 2, I'm telling you to be your music. What that means is sadly, and you don't want to say it, but you are a product. Your music and you together, and so you need to be your music. You need to get out there and network, and I mean, in the real world is much better, but obviously you need Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, and if you don't know what those are, then you shouldn't be watching this. You should be watching Susie Q's self-help social media outlet channel. I don't know. So yeah, be your music, put together all your images, have everything be cohesive, and like talk to people, make friends. In the real world, when you go to shows, when you play shows, get there early. Even if you're playing at 1 o'clock, get there right at the time the show starts. Meet all the bands, talk to them about your band, talk to them about their band. Like, actually legitimately be interested in other musicians, and if you're not, then just pretend to be. Which is kind of fucked. You should be interested in other musicians and what everyone else is doing, because that's going to help you decide how you should be doing things. Either don't do what they're doing or sort of do what they're doing. Learn from other people's mistakes is always the best way to do it, instead of learning from your own mistakes. So it's the same thing with that. It's the same thing with Facebook and YouTube and everything else. Be active in the community. Be active in your music community. Join groups that have something to do with the kind of music you're making. Just make friends. Every friend you make is some connection that, they hear about something, and since they know who you are, they go, oh, hey, this guy Eion does this kind of thing. You should talk to him about that. Or, something of that. If no one knows who you are, then no one's gonna help you. That's, if you don't exist, you don't exist. Best thing I did, I, for the longest time, had pretty much no phone, or just really crappy phones that I would destroy within the week. Ask anyone that knows me. And this is really no different, because as you can see, I've now destroyed this phone. But it still works. But getting a smartphone was really, really, really helpful in my music, in my hustle. Because I can answer emails, get on Facebook, be existing on the internet all day, every day, responding to stuff, kind of just talking around. You see an event pops up, and it's like, oh, I'm down the street from that. Whereas before, you're just like, well, if someone calls me, then I'll go and hang out. So yeah, that's about that. There's a bunch of sites too that tell you like how to buy likes and do all that. Don't do that. Don't ever buy likes. You can buy a small amount of YouTube views, and YouTube is probably going to delete this video for me saying that, but you can, and as long as you don't go overboard, it will help you. But that's a tricky thing to do. In general, I wouldn't ever do that with anything. Don't buy likes, followers, because all it does is dilutes your fan base with a bunch of people who aren't actually listening, and it doesn't help you at all. The only thing it's going to help you with is that naive promoter that you book a show and he's like, oh, he's got 100,000 likes. He must be huge. It's weird that I've never heard of him before. But sure, yeah, you can come play the show. And then the other bands are like, oh wow, this guy's got 100,000 likes. He's gonna have a big draw, and there's gonna be a bunch of people. That's really cool. And then when you go to the show and there's 2 people in your corner, and all the other bands go, oh wow, well that guy's an idiot. Yep, yep. So don't do that. Be yourself. Stay positive whenever you go out. If you don't feel like going out, then don't go out, because it's not going to help you. But when you go out, be your music. Have cards, business cards, as gay as business cards are. Just have some. I wish I had one of mine. All it has is my email and my phone number on it, and a picture of my face in cartoon style. But it's like nothing's. I wouldn't even put links on it. Really, the only point of your card is that you want to actually make a contact with someone. You're not trying to sell your music. Download cards are weird. Whenever someone gives me a download card, I don't do anything with that, and I'm sure most people don't. And no one's going to go to a link. Like if you put a Facebook link on there, I don't think anyone's going to take the time to go in and type in a Facebook link. They could, maybe, but I wouldn't try to sell your music with your cards. Those are more for like, oh, you meet a production contact, or oh, this guy has a studio that I might be able to go into, like phone numbers, real contacts. Facebook and all that, keep that online. Don't drink too much. I wouldn't drink at all if you're representing yourself, but don't drink too much. That goes for shows, everything. If you want to be a professional musician, like you can, I'm not saying you don't drink, but you can, just don't get blasted, because then no one's gonna, they're gonna be like, okay, well that guy's hard to work with. This, that, and the other thing. You're not rock and roll yet. Once you become a rock star, go ahead, shoot up heroin on stage and do blow off of your go-go dancer as you, like spin from one track to the next track. And that's awesome. But until you get to that level, I wouldn't do that. So that's about it. Basically, yeah, make friends. So that's day 2. Is you've got your music, you've got you've got video, pictures, EPK. Make friends in the real world and on the internet. So that's day 2 of the hustle. So get hustling.